Let me adjust this a little bit. So that more of the screen's visible. Hey, everybody! Well, like last time, we're gonna give everybody a couple minutes to saunter in. So, just chat amongst yourselves. Let me know if you want me to hover over your name, so you can see yourself. Look at you, Mechdel. Hold on. Here you are. Yes, Toby, let me find you. Oh, you're right here. Can I tell you if you're an anthropomorphic badger, like in the game or in general? Yeah, vaporize. Let me find you. Where are you? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Ooh, cool wolf hat, Madalonia. Yeah, let me see if I can find you. Here you are. Zexogen. I really hope we see bricks again, yeah. Oh, my captions aren't going. Hello. There they go. Oh yeah, Hobbs. Where are you? Here you are. Yeah, if you got sorted into the Chiefs the first time, you'll continue to be a chief. And that, the good news is that means you're rich, so congrats. But it means you, despite all your resources, have not yet won a game. Mechdel, I have considered that. I wanna play this out a little bit more. I wanna continue playing out this run. Staying poor and staying winning. Pigeons are dinosaurs. Last time, the Chiefs went into rebellion. And so we just had a full-out battle. And, God, what did happen? Oh, that's right. The Counts and the Patricians joined together to defeat the Chiefs. And then... and then, unfortunately, the Counts did succeed in their goal to summon a famine demon, and that famine demon killed me and a lot of people, but I died smiling, and what more can you really hope for? And I guess I'll be whatever count, the next count is Like the next person they put up. Long John, thank you for the resub. Let me find you. Where are you? Where's your character? I don't see you. I don't know if it got you in. Think your account? You might try re-entering. I'm not certain it accepted your input. Yeah, it might be behind my avatar. That's a good point. Yeah, I guess I'm King Grimwald. I think King Grimwald. Here you are. I think King Grimwald is probably a ride or die count. Super loyal. Just wants to. I'm allying myself with the counts since clearly they're the best at this game and they're gonna win all 3 times. So I'm just gonna join with them. It's clearly that's the right way of doing this. While we continue to wait for people to join us, does anybody else want me to hover over their character? Ooh, pigeons are dinosaurs. This is you got a good character. Did you mean Viola? Let's see. Here you are. Good facial expression. Yes, Duke of Pomp. Here you are. Definitely the face of somebody who loves a sandwich. And let's see. Ryan and Suzaku. Hold on. Where's Suzaku? Where are you? Oh, here you are. Here you are, Suzaku. Go. And Ryan. Oh, here's Jessica Bells. Here's you. Oh, and Ryan. Here you are. Oh, you gonna show me? There you go. All of the mask and fan combo. Let's see. Who else? Wait, who else wanted to see them? Oh, Emmy. Here you are. Ah! I love the pink hair. Oh, I just heard a sound. Something notified me. And it should not be. Yeah, everybody just got a Google notification. my B. I don't normally get notes. I don't normally get chat stuff, so I never think to close it or to mute it. Best actual play podcast. Thank you, Vanilla Lizard. If you're not listening to Burnt Cookbook Party already, I cannot recommend it enough, especially because I know what's coming. Oh, Mozart Goats, thank you for the gift subs. Goodness, this is 10 gift subs. Thank you so much. Let's find you. Hold on, are you in the game? Thank you, Mozart Goats. If you're listening to Burnt Cookbook Party, just as a heads up, I think I say this on the show at some point, but I'll tell you now. trains don't exist yet, so this is a hype carriage. Really good. I have started including NPC information in the notes of each episode. So if there's an NPC mentioned or that appears in an episode and you're like, I don't know who this is, I should have that information in the notes section of the podcast now. So check that out. But just genuinely so proud of the show and how it's going. It's so funny. It's such a funny show. And it's got some stuff coming up that I'm so excited for everybody to hear. So there's genuinely never a better time to get on board with Burnt Cookbook Party if you're not already listening. Okay, I think we're pretty good. Obviously, people can still join after we launch the game. But let's get into this. I'm hoping this won't be another 3-hour stream. Because I don't know if I have that stamina. So if nothing else, we might not do a full round this time. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just be brisker about reading stuff off. All right. The demon's awake. What do we do first? Let's just get coronation out of the way. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from Queen Zoya. Won. I didn't win the throne. But you must still answer to the council. As is tradition, they will decide what happens at your coronation. Let's get this over with. I think King Grimwald is surly. I don't think he wants to be king all that much, but he's dedicated to his house, and so he's gonna do his best. Which of these? I guess I should veto something. There's no reason not to. Although we don't know what our goals are yet. So that's tricky. I guess we did this in a different direction last time. I'm gonna veto. Maybe I won't do any of these. Troops shall bear the king through the shield. I'm gonna vote for the one that represents my house, but we'll just go for it. Okay. Voting is open. A, require that everyone wear black and listen to dreary Eastern music. B, proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the ninth god. C, throw the king into the river. Or D, troops shall bear the king throughout the streets atop a shield. Obviously, you were gonna dunk me. I should have vetoed that. No, it's funny. I'm ready to be dunked. Alright. Alright, this is a runaway vote. 57 nobles voted for throw the king into the river. Good job. Good job, chat. It is decided the king will be thrown into the river. Oh, well, that increased stability, which is funny. And decreased authority, which is also funny. Let me get changed out of my nice robes. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow water with a cheer. When you climb back up the banks, soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination, or are some of the nobles stifling giggles? Chat, is it my imagination? Okay, so Path to Victory is where we choose what we're doing. So, we're gonna do the Demon's Wake first, and then we're gonna decide what our victory conditions are. This is a funnier way of doing this. You do not have group goals yet, because we're at the beginning of a new era. The streets of the capital are ringing with mad laughter and sobs. Y'all did this. Your Highness, the demon Ankarazad has done an excellent job laying waste to the kingdom and paving your way to the throne. Belviz818 says. but it has outlived its usefulness. It's time to banish it back to the seven hells before you no longer have a kingdom to rule. Expect no help from the church, blasphemer. You have brought a demon down onto our heads. We will fight your tyrannical rule to our last breath. Okay, well. So we can hire a wizard to get rid of it, which I know y'all love. We can beg the church to step in. We can sacrifice a herd of eastern cows. Or D, send northern troops to defend the realm. So that's A, wizard, B, beg the church to step in, C, sacrifice a herd of eastern cows, or D, send northern troops to defend the realm. I'm for really no reason other than I want to use up my laws. I mean, it would be fun to prevent you guys from getting a wizard, just to be spiteful, but unfortunately I want to see the wizard, so go at it. Mechtel, why? Strategy? You don't know what the strategy is yet, even. I mean, you're gonna bankrupt. This is gonna be a fast round because you guys are gonna bankrupt the kingdom immediately. Alright, 59 nobles voted for hire a wizard to get rid of it. A fine idea. Unfortunately, I have already sought one out. May I introduce you to Athmorel? I hope it's a mushroom wizard. Storm clouds blacken the sky, lightning forks through the open window, and a wizard stands before you, her hair sparkling and sizzling. Cool. Ankar-Azad knows that I have forbidden him from the mortal plane. I'll have to teach him a stern lesson about going against my orders. Give me 3 weeks. I'll send the seventh god Smile back where he belongs. In the end, she only needs 2 weeks, though their battle lays waste to several vital trade routes. Alright. Good job. Alright, now we get to choose what everybody's goals are. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? I wish I didn't have to choose mine first. Maybe trying to think of what the counts want. I did stability last time. Our trade is really high because of how the chiefs are doing, so let's try that one. Let's try gold trade as the architect of a new golden era. A lofty goal indeed. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall trade as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Alright. I assume at the end of the season... Okay, yeah. Here's where y'all vote on what schemes you want to do. And again, you'll type !vote and then the letter that you want to vote for. Once we're there, we're not there yet. Sasa of the Lacking Sanity Dynasty, sinister Eastern chessmaster, leans delicately on a podium, sighing. My fellow counts, we put King Grimwald on the throne, but it seems he's forgotten that already. Don't you think I'd make a better ruler? How dare you? I only just started. Alright, your options are A, Ascension, lower own faith, or B, Possession, lower own defiance. Voting is open. I'm gonna give you all a couple more seconds. I feel like the voting length on the schemes is too short. This was a close one. Lower own faith. I mean, you're in a really good position regardless of which one you chose. So you've chosen A, Ascension, lower own faith. Yeah, the stream delay does make it harder. The counts plan to induct the king into their special secret cult and offer him immortality in exchange for the throne. First, they must reduce the power of the Eastern Church. To advance their scheme, the counts must lower their faith to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Goodness. Alright, patricians, green folks, this is you. Justin of the Igot 42 family, legendary business mogul, scribbles with a well-used quill on a hardwood desk, explaining in measured prose. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Grimwald. Something must be done. Alright, your options are, ooh, you got 3. A, monopoly, raise own trade. B, conspiracy, goal, lower treasury. Or C, corruption, goal, lower authority. Oof. Okay. Did you choose lower treasury because the treasury is already so low? Man, A votes, I don't think you're going to make up that lost ground. Oh, we got one vote for a Moose IRL. Alright. So 22 of you voted for B, conspiracy, goal, lower treasury. Easy peasy. The patricians plan to sink the king under an ocean of debt. That will be easy to do. Must lower the treasury to 1,500 in less than 3 seasons. Y'all are starting off winning. Nut of the conspiring Corvus clan, legendary northern troublemaker, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, spitting as they speak. Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter King Grimwald. How do we make that happen? A, subterfuge, goal, lower stability. B, doppelganger, goal, lower defiance. Or C, intimidation, goal, raise stability. Yeah, raising stability is a weird one. I can appreciate why you went for it because stability is already high, but... Alright, 24 of you voted for C, intimidation, goal, raise stability. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must raise stability to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Well, everybody chose ones that they've already succeeded at. So this is tricky. So I probably don't want to take the call for unity one, because that would be helping the chiefs. I probably want to take the royal gamble. How nobles choose to vote is hidden from the monarch's view. I'm curious in what way that would help me. How nobles choose to vote is hidden from the monarch's view. I guess the point of that is that I could bargain with you to turn that on. We're not going to do that. We're going to do royal gamble. It's not useful. Okay. Yeah, it didn't seem useful, so I'm glad to have that confirmation. Bankruptcy looms. Let's do bankruptcy looms, because I bet this will have to do with the cash flow. The treasury is almost empty, Your Highness. Well, where the hell did it all go? I couldn't possibly say, Your Majesty. Perhaps you have been spending a little too freely. Apart from raising taxes, we have precious few options. You could get a bankload, or sell off the crown jewels, or perhaps crack open some of your predecessors' tombs. Most were buried with piles of gold, or so I've heard. I could make coins. I could devalue our whole kingdom's currency. We could have a run on currency. That would be fun. Sell off royal jewelry. It lowers my authority. What was my goal again? What am I? Oh, I'm trying to increase trade. Oh, that's tricky. I could take a hefty loan. Crack open some tombs. Cracking open tombs is really funny. It is the most goth options. And I am playing a little goth lad, so let's do it. Time to crack open some tombs. That buried gold isn't doing anyone any good, is it? Time to desecrate some graves. You ordered the royal mausoleum dug into and looted. The result is quite a bounty. Gold masks, heaps of coin, precious jewels. Not everyone is as practical as your treasurer, however. The church denounced you as a grave robber. Nobles and peasants alike are disgusted by your greed. I can't believe we didn't do this in secret. I can't believe we did that openly. Oh, I gotta choose an honor guard. Let's do a petition from afar. We've got another drop from the game in case that is something y'all are interested. Your Majesty, there's a petitioner here to see you today. We're not exactly sure where she's from. What does she want? You'll see soon enough, Your Majesty. Greetings, Your Majesty. My name is Oriad. I have a proposition for you. Oriad, where are you from? Distant shores, Your Majesty. I prefer to keep my exact origins a secret. All right, tell me more about this proposition. 3 ships are docked in a harbor to the west. Their holds are packed to the gills with muskets and gunpowder, and they each boast a full battery of cannons. Is this a threat? Oh, they are all yours in return for a small favor. Muskets? The small furry animals? Muskets are powerful weapons, Your Majesty. The secret of their manufacture is known only in the Republic of Kurth. And what is this favor? I only wish to stay in the kingdom with your blessing and protection. I can show your soldiers how to use the weapons, of course, to avoid any accidents. Alright, what did you do? I don't know what you mean, Your Majesty. I simply wish to keep my dealings private. You will forgive me, I hope. Ooh, it's a vote. Okay. Provide safe harbor for Oriad in exchange for the muskets. Reject Oriad's offer and send her away, or confiscate the weapons and take Oriad prisoner. I'm gonna go ahead and bet that y'all want me to provide safe harbor for Oriad in exchange for the muskets. So let's go ahead and do the vote. A, provide safe harbor for Oriad in exchange for muskets. B, reject Oriad's offer and send her away. Or C, confiscate the weapons and take Oriad prisoner. I finally figured out how chat is gonna vote, which I think is the most important thing to give me an edge in defeating you, maybe. All right, wonderful. 56 nobles voted for provide safe harbor for Oriad in exchange for muskets. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to marry her. Thank you. I just got this shirt today. What if this shirt was my VTuber? Hi everybody. Let's play this game. Really good. Really good. All right, Oriad and her, I don't think I can get married to her because the King Grimwald is a dude, so I don't think we can marry her, unfortunately. Oread and her weapons prove most useful in the coming months. She and her crew train your officers as promised. The North military is now terrifying, which is funny. Yeah, so everybody's got more military. Oread demonstrates by puncturing a metal breastplate at 500 yards. The council clearly made the right decision. Who is my favorite character in House? It's a good but hard question. I would need to look at a character list to be able to tell you. I don't know that the characters were the things that I was most paying attention to in that movie. Kung Fu is a good one. That's a good choice. The cat. The witch ant is really great. The witch ant is superb. Good news, Your Majesty. I've received a vision. I saw you bathed in holy lights, blades, and missiles crumbling to dust before they could reach you. You do not need to recruit an honor guard. The ninth god will shield you from all harm. I've never seen the ninth protect someone from a sword through the chest. You need tangible guards, Your Majesty. You know, the last time this popped up, I still went with the Northern Warriors, and to their credit, they stuck with me to the end. They did not kill me, despite the fact that their chiefs rebelled. That said, I want to see what happens if I trust the ninth god, so we are going to do that. I await your verdict with bated breath, Your Majesty. I don't need an honor guard. I'm touched by God. Your Majesty, I must protest in the strongest possible terms. The nobles will consider this an insult to their warriors' prowess. And more importantly, without an honor guard, you're totally unprotected. Is your life worth so little to you? I think King Grimwald is kind of a Percy Shelley figure. So the answer to that is yes. I'm willing to risk it. God will save me. Fine. No doubt the common folks will see this as a sign of strength. So everybody's more defiant, but my authority's more credible, which is weird. Don't blame me when you wind up on the wrong end of an assassin's blade. At last, a king who trusts in the ninth. You have nothing to fear, Your Majesty. Your enemies' arrows shall miss and their swords shall falter. And I made everybody more religious. So that's nice, right? What is the count? Wait, you need to have low religion. Well, sorry about it. Sorry about it. All right, it's the end of the season. All right, this is a vote for everyone in the chat. And this has a very strict time limit, so make sure you have your votes ready. And just as a reminder, it's !fund. Then the first variable is the building you want, and the second variable is a number. So our options are A, fortress, which will increase the military, B, library, which will increase the stability, C, observatory, which will decrease faith, D, prison, which will decrease stability, E, deer park, which will decrease farming, or F, monument, which will increase authority. And as a reminder, the top 2 funded buildings will get funded. So I am starting it now. If you entered your funding vote before this, then it did not go through, as a heads up. Little Gay Ghost, are you ever going to spend your money, or are you just going to continue to lord your wealth over everyone? Like a true billionaire. Little Gay Ghost funds the library with 1 penny. Okay, right now the library and the observatory are the highest funded. Actually, it's a close race between the observatory and prison. So we'll see what got through. Oh, the prison got through at the last moment. Excellent, okay. It's really funny. So we got a library and a prison and we broke even. It's really funny. Good work, chat. Low on lumber. Uh-oh. Let's do finding a spouse first. I'm nervous about what low on lumber is going to mean for us. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What's your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? What happens if I say I'm not interested in love? We do have so many prisons. We have far more prisons than anything else. Is what happens if I say I'm not interested in love interesting? Is it fun and interesting, or should I just pick one of the other ones? People keep saying fish prince, but I don't know what that means. You can still get married if you aren't interested in love. Sad. It's potentially fun and interesting. Okay. All right, yeah. It means you can marry a fish prince. All right, yeah, let's do it. I'm not interested in love. Are you sure, Your Majesty? The nobles will be most upset. Surely it behooves you to look at some options. My mind's made up. Very well, Your Majesty. We shall speak no more of marriage. But, Your Majesty, may I ask why you refuse to marry? And what do I say to this one in order to unlock the fish prince? I subplot, as long as I'm annoying the regions equally, I think it'll be fine. Is it party again? I mean, that'll lower stability, so I'm fine by that. Or I could increase faith, that's true. But no, I think we'll do the party option. See, far be it to me to question my king. King Grimwald is always high on opium. He's always hanging out with Lord Byron. They are always partying. Okay. Man, we're really speeding through our defiance. A private exchange. The Kurth captain that you allowed to stay in the capital, the one who traded those weapons, she has been the cause of some concern. Nobles have complained that she is rude and confrontational. She does not know royal etiquette, after all. Worse, some suspect her of being a Kurth spy. Very well, I will have a word. You find Oriad pacing the halls far from her assigned chambers. Can I help? Kurth bounty hunters landed on the coast not long ago. I see where you're going with this. Exactly. They're looking for me. I did not expect them to come here. Clearly, I was wrong. I mean, I don't have an honor guard, so I don't think she'll be fine if she stays with me. Tell me what you did, and I might help you. My crime was a crime of thought. I dared to disagree with the other senators on a matter of great import. So you're a senator of Kurth. I was once. Now I am nothing. You'll be fine if you stay with me. Are you sure? I am the king. There's nowhere safer. This is not true. I hope my trust in you is not misplaced. I don't have an honor guard. So this seems like a bad choice for her. She should not trust me on this import. Big words for the third monarch in like a decade. Less than that. It's been like 5 years. All right, low on lumber. Your Majesty, will you tell the superstitious chiefs to get over themselves and let us harvest? Oh, okay, we need the wood for our craftspeople. We've done this one before. Chief Burn Helleton, I've told you 1,000 times, Comp, that forest is thoroughly haunted. You'll damn us all if you go logging there. All right. So our options are A, the counts have a contract and may go logging. B, let them harvest the lumber, but share the proceeds with the chiefs. C, turn the forest into a joint eastern northern hunting reserve, which I think is what we did last time. Or D, fence the area off to make sure no one goes near it. Potentially we could get again. We sort of did see last time, but we never got to see the end of it because the Chiefs rebelled. Well, I'm trying to decide if I want to veto C because we already did that, so it might be fun to do something more interesting. I know all of you want to do it again. I know, but we've already done that one. I'm sorry, we already did that one. I know you want to do it again. I mean, I guess you want to see new stuff. I think I'm gonna veto it. I'm sorry. I do want to see new things in this game. And if this upsets you, blame the Chiefs because they rebelled and prevented us from seeing the end of that storyline. So I am gonna veto C. I'm sorry. So your options are A, the counts have a contract and may go logging. B, let them harvest the lumber but share the proceeds. Or D, fence the area off to make sure no one goes near it. Which is not a bad, D is not a bad option because it is for sure haunted. So. Great choices. Fence the area off to make sure no one goes near it. But my lumber, I paid for that. Authority challenge succeeded. Give it a rest, won't you? The council has spoken, and it's for your own good. We know for a fact that that's true, so the counts, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, counts, you have to appreciate where we're coming from. When it's clear the council won't reconsider its position, Comp Shuri D slinks back to the east. The haunted forest falls back into obscurity and legend. Alright, hey, that was the end of a season already. Oh, I get to tax people now. A new fashion for capes profits the counts to the tune of 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. Really funny. Bye, catching butterflies. Boy, I mean, I need to be rich. No, trade is what I need. But I need to make sure I'm not broke so that y'all can't do that. Let's see. But a lot of you are very defiant. This is, PETA, this is a continuation. Tricky options. This is always such a hard one. I mean, I would like to have money. But I also feel like... No, okay, if I'm playing a character that's dedicated to the counts, I should bribe the counts. How can you tell how much money you have? You should have a pop-up on your screen. I think it's like right above me. There should be a little pop-up where it shows you. This is a tricky one. I mean, I've got to bribe my people, obviously. If you haven't spent any money in-game, then you have exactly 1,000 gold coins. You should bribe the pets to increase the chance of fish husband. Is that true, or is that a trick to get me to bribe y'all? You're right, I should tax the rich. And then I'll just try to get their defiance down later. And then... well, I'm sorry, Chiefs. You're just too much money. Patricia never reveals her secrets. Kaylee, I don't know. I don't know. Do you want to make the Chiefs able to rebel again? I think it's going to happen anyway. I'm sorry. They're going to rebel as soon as possible. Yeah, that's fine. Listen, somebody has to tax Little Gay Ghost. They're not going to contribute to the public good until we do. So, I think this is the spread. I think this is what we're going to do. This feels right. The more you anger us, we're gonna have to rebel unless you help us get stability up. Okay. This is it. Okay. Little Gay Ghost is a job creator, probably. Nah, I don't think so. They're gonna eat all the plot lines again? Yeah, maybe. Uh-oh. Famine, the bounty hunters, vultures. Let's do the bounty hunters first, since that has to do with Oread. Your Majesty, these good folks are bounty hunters, representing the Republic of Kurth, they say. King Grimwald, we greet you humbly. How may I help you? We're searching for someone, a fugitive, we might say. Last we heard, she went by the name Oread. What kind of fugitive is she? The ships under her command are property of the Republic of Kurth, as is their cargo. Well, I'm afraid I don't know anyone by that name. Forgive us, Your Majesty, but we are not fools. We know your military is using the weapons she stole. That's fair. The guns are really loud and pretty obvious. Well, I'm afraid she's under my protection, as we feared. Still, perhaps we could work out a deal. A deal, you say? The Grand Pensionary of Kurth is offering a large bounty for the return of this woman, and we are sure that an esteemed king such as yourself would not risk drawing Kurth's ire. As proof of our goodwill, we will even allow you to keep the firearms that were stolen.
Dynamite? What dynamite?
Exactly. Alright, so the voting options are A, hand Oread over to them, B, refuse the bounty hunter's offer, or C, discreetly pay the hunters to take someone else, which is really funny. That's really tempting. I definitely don't want to hand Oread over, and I feel like refusing the bounty hunter's offer... refusing the bounty hunter's offer could risk some pretty dire stuff down the line. God will protect me. I did say that, huh? I think I'm going to do a royal gamble on C because it's the funniest option, which I think everyone should choose. Is C not the funniest option? Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, sorry. The A, hand Oread over to them, is plus 2,000. C, discreetly pay the hunters to take someone else, is minus 1,000. So hopefully that is helpful. And also increases the military. All right. We're voting. No, you need the treasury low. Patricians? You need the treasury low, just for context. Good choices. Good voting, everyone. All right. C gets it. 59 voted for discreetly pay the hunters to take someone else. The bounty hunters do not take long to consider your offer. They return to Kurth with the head of a nameless prisoner. Great! You hope officials back in the Republic will be none the wiser. Okay. That worked out not bad for me, actually. It was a landslide vote, at least you get a little money. Exactly! Oread decides to stay in the kingdom, offering her advisory services to your navy as payment for sparing her. Great! We're getting close to being able to conquer some other kingdoms. Is that where I hope this is going? Uh-oh. A peasant of the north. Hello, Your Majesty. I've traveled all the way from the north to beg you to do something about the price of grain. I can't afford to feed my family. A day of backbreaking work isn't enough to buy a footlong. This is why we continue the dynasty. I'm only interested in Footlong's storyline. That is it. That is all. A day of back-breaking work isn't enough to buy a Footlong. That is tragic. She's right. The grain price in the north is beyond all control, Chief Jotalia says. Greed merchants rake in profit when the common folk starve. Gotta do something about these greedy merchants. All right, so our options are A, put a cap on the price of grain, a chance to do something to authority. Or no, it succeeds based on this 60% chance authority. B, subsidize grain and ensure it's sold for half its worth. That lowers the treasury, decreases stability, but increases farming. C, import grain from the coast and distribute it for free. That really lowers the treasury. Changes the defiance. Changes hands of money, increases farming, increases stability. The free market will correct itself in due time is D. And that increases to defiance but lowers stability. This is tricky. We can't, importing the grain would bankrupt me. So I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I am going to have to veto importing grain from the coast and distributing it for free. I think it would bank. Wait, hold on. Is that money going to come from the treasury or from the coast? This is the question. Because if it's coming from... No, I think this icon... Okay, this icon is the treasury. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to veto it. I'm sorry, y'all. I regret it. Yeah, the sack is your wealth. This is the treasury icon. Sorry, people. The free market will correct itself. Figure it out. Figure it out, council. Your options are A, put a cap on the price of grain for 60% chance authority roll. B, subsidize grain and ensure it's sold for half its worth, which is minus 950 treasury, lower stability, increases farming. Or D, the free market will correct itself in due time, which increases defiance and lowers stability. This is close enough. I'm gonna let it play out for another couple. Let them eat crabs. You're forcing our hand. Yeah, that's the point of the veto. So. Okay. Well, it looks like B is gonna take it, and that kind of makes sense, right? That's not unexpected, because that's the next most treasury-based one. Alright, voting is closed. What should be done about the rising price of grain in the north? 40 of y'all, including the Celtic Commando, really appropriately designed and in the right group. And Shark Knopfler. Subsidize grain and ensure it's sold for half its worth. The north is in debt, the north is in your debt, your majesty. That's right, you are. Why don't you be a little bit less defiant now, huh? The king's coffer open and a tide of gold floods into the pockets of northern merchants. Grain prices plunge and stocks of grain run low. Supply no longer meets demand. Some peasants can feed their families now, but others are starving worse than ever. Wow, we're really unstable, but the farming's a little bit better. Okay, and now it's time for some vultures. Noble patrician ice applaud. It worked. Buying the game worked. You're in it. Greedy northern merchants are taking advantage of cheap coastal labor, your august majesty, exploiting our natural resources and putting our trade companies out of business. Also, yeah, great character design, ice applaud. Really, really good. They're vultures! Vultures! I was hoping this is literal vultures, so a little disappointed. Is it really such a problem? Chief Lunar Reach says. This is just a business. Oh no! Ice applaud, your wealth plummeted. Uh-oh. Oh no! Okay, A, your options are these. A, kick out the chiefs and put trade companies back in coastal hands. B, the king, well, B is not an option. It was the king would buy up northern trading companies. Or C, it's just business, baby. The market will correct itself. Buying the game did not, in fact, pay off. Let's see. So, A increases defiance across the board. It looks like exchanges wealth hands and exchanges trade. It's just business, baby. Varies the defiance, increases trade, and increases wealth. So which do I think you're going to choose? I think y'all are... I mean, obviously C is the better option for everybody because it increases trade across the board and increases our wealth. So I'm going to assume that you guys are going to vote for A. Alright, voting is open. A, kick out the chiefs and put trading companies back in coastal hands. Or C, it's just business, baby. The monarch's vote is nice here because I win kind of either way. Oh, this is going to be a close one. Oh. Oh, that's a really, really close one. But I think C has it. Oh, that was close. That was so thrilling. What should be done about northern merchants exploiting the coast? 44 nobles voted for it's just business, baby. An utter travesty. I should have known better than to expect the council to be of any worth to anyone. She's talking about you. She's talking about you, chat. The coast is now furious. Oh, but the chiefs are nice. Okay, thank Morgana, my companies are safe. Glad this council sees sense for once. The northern companies in the coast continued to tick over nicely, siphoning money out of the region and making Chief Lunar Reach filthy rich. Chief Lunar Reach wealth is now hit 4,600. And trade's now monopoly there. Alright, we're ending the season. Goodness. In a tiny village, far to the east, two counts meet in a derelict cavern. No one dares even glance in their direction. Countess Saxalia de Rollo says, another priest left my estate today. He said there was no sense preaching to the truly lost. I've heard the same across the east, Countess Clerica Berica says. We are no longer trapped under the church's thumb. Now we must not falter. If the king grows proud, we can offer him the ultimate reward, immortality. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must raise authority to 5 or more in 4 seasons. All right. In a dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. The treasury's practically empty, and the king is struggling to fund his ambitions, the noble patrician Toby Winter says. They're perfectly placed to offer him a loan. Lord Patrician Oven-Baked Brett says, so helpful of us. Indeed, these loan agreements will be as friendly as a bear trap, absolutely loaded with hidden catches in the small print. Now, watch me work my magic. Good evening, Lord Patrician. What exactly is the purpose of this meeting? The treasurer says. I heard about the king's recent money troubles, and I thought we could both benefit. Just sign here and here. This agreement doesn't seem fair. Very well. Or this agreement does seem fair. Very well, I'll sign. Treasurer, no! You had one job. The kingdom will be pleased. Good night, noble patrician, and may the ninth bless you. So we're stacked with money. Toby Winter's wealth has decreased, and Oven-Baked Brett's wealth has decreased. But I think something bad has probably happened to me. See, easy as pie, but it's not enough to bankroll the king. The rest of the kingdom needs to be in debt to us as well. Could I ask you to look at my @person? I bought the game and customized after I joined, and I want to know if it worked even though you've already started the game. The Great Suzo, yes, I will check the next chance I get. Oh wait, I can do it now. What color are you? Never mind, I forgot I can search. Is this you? Did it update you? Oh, it didn't update you, the Great Suzo? Okay. Well, for the next stream. I don't know how many streams of this game we have, but it'll probably be at least one or two more. So no worries. So to advance your scheme, let's just check real quick. Okay, so the Chiefs have 10. Oh, and you have 1 trade. Huh. Oh, weird. Gosh. Well, golly, good luck. Good luck, patricians. Can I just say, I think the counts are going to win again. I think the chiefs and the patricians should both turn against the counts as actively as possible, or they are going to sweep for a 3rd time. All right. Reverse voting. Nobles must vote for their least favorite option, and the option with the least votes will pass. That's funny, because I think that will catch some of you up. The monarch can vote their preferred options. The monarch can mark their preferred voting options, and if chosen, they gain 1 authority. +1 stability if more than 50%. That one's so hard. I'm going to do reverse voting because that's the most chaotic option. All right. The patricians are on the verge of a rebellion. That's cruel. I'm playing a game. I will announce it ahead of time, but just be aware. All right. So the options are panic in the council, a peasant uprising, or the finest mead. Let's see the finest mead. Your Highness, the seasons have not been kind to us in the east. Count Wandering Introvert says. We faced poor harvests and miserable farmers. I beg of you, send aid. Well, what do you people need? What people? No, I'm to be wed, your grace, and when that day comes, I will drink only the finest mead. But with farms in their current state, we lack the honey. I need more bees. Force the farmers of the east to don their fancy wicker suits, and we shall all drink our fill of honey wine. This is fun, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited so much about this. Yes. I'm hoping we get to see some wicker men. Yeah. Everybody strap on your wicker suits. All right. A, offer honey subsidies for the eastern farmers. Increases farming, decreases treasury, decreases defiance. B, pass a law that mandates beekeeping in the east. That's funny. Increases authority, increases farming, decreases defiance. C, do nothing. This is ridiculous. Really funny options. The B storyline is so good. Okay. I do want to see what happens with the bees. I mean, we've got money now. This is tricky. Yeah, I guess any of these are fine. Offer honey subsidies. This is tricky. I'm gonna bet my money on B. Oh, do counts... If we vote A, will the counts not win? Because that is what we need to keep an eye on right now. Because the counts have won twice. And right now, they're in line to win this one as well. Oh, I do have the reverse vote option, but I don't want do nothing to win. Counts want authority up. I see. Okay. So we really do want A to win. Okay. All right. Wait, okay, so do we only get the B storyline if we choose B? This is tricky. All right, we're gonna... A doesn't make the authority go down. We're already good. Does doing option B let us do the B storyline? Nobody knows in the chat. Okay. A is the storyline. All right. The vote is open. A, offer honey subsidies for Eastern farmers. B, pass a law that mandates beekeeping in the East. C, do nothing. This is ridiculous. I mean, A has this pretty handily. Sorry, the counts. Mandatory V's is very funny. Yeah, Flinja, pretty much, yeah. All right, 47 nobles voted for it. The Eastern farmers are uncertain until you explain that apiaryism actually just means keeping bees. Soon the East is abuzz. Well, this is so nice. Thank you, Your Majesty. My wedding is sure to be a success. Ha! Preceding fishing boats is trying to start a rebellion up in here. Come on. All right, let's do a panic in the council. Count Pigeons Are Dinosaur says, Your Majesty, I bring bad news from the East. We're receiving reports of... You just walk around with a skull in your arm? Are you kidding me? Okay. I am sure your news can wait, Link Pearls II says. I bring urgent tidings from the coast that demand the king's attention at once. Wait your turn, you ignorant dolt. Why don't you settle your quarrel outside, Chief Madalonia says. Meanwhile, I have news from the north that really is urgent. Oh, God, you're all giving me a headache. It's definitely not the laudanum I've been taking. The Eastern counts are corrupt, Your Grace. Judges are letting off the vilest criminals in return for the slightest bit of coin. Is that all? By the 9th, the industries of the coast are in grave danger. The workers are striking. They demand fewer hours and higher pay. Good for them. Support that strike. My news is worse still. The North is increasingly lawless, Your Highness. Some chiefs have taken advantage, declaring themselves independent of your rule. All these problems have arisen because the kingdom is increasingly unstable, Your Majesty. Something must be done. What do you suggest? Unfortunately, we lack the resources to tackle all these problems at once, but I'm rich. We must vote on which matter to prioritize. Uh-oh. All right, so the options are A, reform the Eastern courts, which will decrease trade and change Defiance hands and increase stability. Okay, all of these will increase stability. B, break up the strikes along the coast, which will decrease trade and mix up the Defiance. Or C, send troops to bring the independent chiefs back into the kingdom, which once again changes Defiance, lowers military, and increases stability. God, this is a hard one. If you vote B, you're a scab. Yeah, B is the striking one. So B has to do with the patricians. A has to do with the counts, and C has to do with the chiefs. Yeah, B is the most strategic option. God, all of these will increase stability. C will lower the chief's military. This is so tricky. Reform the Eastern courts. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do reverse voting. So good luck, and I hope you're paying attention to what I'm saying. The voting is option A, reform the eastern courts, B, break up the strikes along the coast, or C, send troops to bring the independent chiefs back into the kingdom. This is fun because it is a guide to figure out who is listening to me speak. It really confuses things. Just a reminder that you have to join the game before you're able to vote. So exclamation point join and then a pronoun will get you in. All right, really funny. See, this is another one where it's like, I don't know. The powers are not sufficiently scaled. I've said this before and I'll say this again. The powers are not sufficiently scaled for the height at which we are doing with. But any of these are probably fine for me. Oh, a most foolish fool. If you type exclamation point king in the chat, hold on, I'll do it. There's a little bit of a guide on how to join and whatnot. All right. So reforming the Eastern courts did win because of the reverse voting thing, which is very confusing. 19 nobles voted for A, reform the Eastern courts. The corrupt Eastern judges are stubborn. When you try to remove them from their posts, they retaliate by enforcing all the old forgotten laws that everyone had agreed to ignore. That's really funny. Suddenly, merchants are legally required to wear blindfolds on weekend, and every coin must be passed under the nose of a cat before it's spent. Trade grinds to a halt. Well, funny. Once the stupid old laws are repealed, you enact crucial legal reforms. No more corruption in the least, or at least less of it. The crisis in the East has been quashed, making the kingdom as a whole slightly more stable, but the nobles of the other regions feel that you're ignoring their problems. Goodness, the coast. King Pluto, thank you for the Prime subscribe. Rough. Patricians, you know you're supposed to be increasing your trade, right? Alright, a peasant uprising. Count Zixogen says a band of peasants have staged an uprising in the east, your grace. In the dead of the night, they stormed the castle of my good friend Count Robocop Truther. He and his family are currently languishing in his own dungeons. Oh, what made them rebel? Oh, the usual complaints. The peasants accuse Count Robocop Truther of worshipping devils and eating children. Robocop Truther, tell us the truth. Is it true? Robocop Truther? You doing baby sacrifices? You have to tell us in the chat. How were the peasants able to take the castle? Robocop Truther says I would never, so I don't know. I trust him, because we're both counts, so I don't know. They bribed some of the guards. They also seem to have brand new, well-forged weapon, pikes and swords mostly. I have no idea where they found the money. And what are their demands? They want Count Robocop Truther to be stripped of his assets, with his lands divided amongst the peasantry. Goodness, they want him to be stripped of his assets, with his lands divided amongst the peasantry. In return, the rabble will free him and spare his life. Ooh, okay, so the options are A, send an army to siege the castle, 70% military chance. B, give the peasants what they want, increases defiance. Decreases authority, increases stability. Or C, pretend to accept their demands, then kill them when they leave the castle. Decreases stability, decreases defiance, increases authority. That's really funny. Okay. So the chiefs want my intimidation or my stability high. The counts want my authority high. So I probably want to lower my authority. So I'm gonna veto C. Although that's the worst and funniest option. Oh, that's tricky. But if we don't want the counts to win again, then I need to lower my authority. I know it's the funniest, but we can't let the counts win for a third time. That's just how it has to be. C is the funniest for sure, but this is how it's gonna be. A, send the army to siege the castle, or B, give the peasants what they want. Oh, some really funny voting along party lines happening. This is for Pentiment. Ooh, who's the one count? All right, Mountain Ash Tree. Okay. Yeah, let's give the peasants what they want. Really funny. Predictably, the decision to grant the peasants what they want is met with consternation and outrage by the counts. I don't know, it wasn't my choice. Defiance is now insolent. That's really funny and totally fair. Authority is now dubious. Stability is now stable. They are monsters. They have taken a fortress by force, and you want to give in to their demands. As promised, Count Robocop Truther is stripped of this property, and his extensive lands are split up between the peasantry. Oh no! Bankrupted. Ugh. That's rough. Alright, that was the end of a season. Sorry, patricians. It's just not gonna happen. But I do think the chiefs will... Yeah, the chiefs succeeded this round. Up in their north, Chief Rosewood Figurine is hosting a grand feast at their clan hall. Our plans are going better than expected. The spy master thinks that all is well in the kingdom, and while the cat's away, the mice shall play, Chief Rosewood Figurine says. Please don't refer to us as mice. We're honorable warriors, Chief Meadowlark says. There is no honor in politics, my friend. Our next step is to replace the palace watch with our own agents. Well, that's funny, because I don't have a palace watch. Oh, I guess I don't have an honor guard. Should be enough. If the king can't pay him, the watch will look for money elsewhere. I can pay him. I can pay him. For the next stage of their scheme, the chiefs must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seasons. Okay. Ooh, so this is a really equal footing. So the chiefs have to lower the kingdom's treasury to 1,500 or less. The counts have to raise the kingdom's authority at least 5 and 3 seasons. So they are not succeeding there yet. And the patricians have to have the highest trade in 2 seasons. Okay. So I'm sorry, I'm not too worried about the patricians. I need to be worried about I need to lower the authority and keep the treasury high. On the verge of rebellion. Whew. Alright. Industries collapsing. A new festival. Wild beast attacks. Oh, I did not mean to click on that. I'm sorry. Well, we're doing it. That's fine. I was trying to move the map around. Chief Tarsier Audacity says, Your Highness, I bring ill tidings from the north. Wildlife has gone berserk in rural areas. They're attacking villagers and travelers all across the region. Tell me more about these creatures. They are great hulking beasts, clearly twisted by magic. Some say they walk and talk like people. The northern warriors are afraid. They say the creatures are a dark omen, a sign of the end. Seventh take us. What's got into these chiefs that they can't handle a few wild animals? The other regions have plenty of their own problems, Your Grace. No one wants to march up to the frozen north for something like this. Then what am I to do? Point of honor, Your Highness. Though the church's presence in the north is minimal, we could provide shelter for those who need it. All will be welcome, whether they are adherents to the true God or not. It's the least we can do. Or if you can afford it, send a detachment of mercenaries who aren't afraid of a few wild beasts. This should put an end to this crisis. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Okay. So the options are A, tell the Northerners they must fend for themselves, increase defiance, decreased authority, decreased farming. B, hire mercenaries to bolster the Northern forces, which will increase military, decrease the treasury. Or C, instruct the Northerners to seek refuge in the ninth god's churches. Ooh. This is tricky. I have to veto B because I know that's what the Chiefs want because they're trying to bankrupt me. And that wouldn't quite bankrupt me. That wouldn't quite bankrupt me. But I'm sorry, I cannot allow it to happen, Chiefs. The other two benefit... I mean, C doesn't do anything for me. A kind of benefits me. If you don't want the Counts to win, it is what it is. A, tell the Northerners that they must fend for themselves. Increase defiance lowers authority, which will keep the Counts from winning, and decrease farming. C, instruct the Northerners to seek refuge in the ninth god's churches. Decreases farming, increases faith. Oh, this is so close. Oh, vote A pulls ever so slightly ahead. It's funny, I can't tell, some people in the chat, I can't tell if you're voting or you're instructing people. Because if you put the exclamation point in the front, you're voting. If you're putting it in the back, you're exclaiming to people that that's how they should vote, which is really funny. But it looks like A, tell the Northerners they must fend for themselves. Is the one that pulls through. You explain that pest control is not usually part of a king's mandate, but the Chiefs do not agree. Wow, they are fiery about it. And my authority lowered. And the north is now starving. Strange beasts continue to ravage the northern countryside, continually eluding any soldiers sent after them. At the very least, their attacks lessen with time. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt me. I'm hoping a new festival is some sort of honey bee / Wicker Man festival. Your Majesty, I was going through the history books and found the most interesting tidbit. During the reign of Queen Aga, the kingdom held a huge parade in honor of all the regions coming together. It was called Day of Kinship, and it was quite the party. See... Day of Kinship, quite the party. Huge parade. Alright. Sounds exciting, yeah. A festival, you say, with lots of drinking and dancing? Yes, but it wasn't just about that. With all the visitors who came to the capital, the city flourished. I hear it made things much more harmonious across the kingdom, too. I suggest we reinstate the Day of Kinship. Oh, no! I promise I did not mean to... I think I clicked the one that says we can't afford it, which I promise I did not mean to do on purpose. Maybe we could have a small party at the Royal Palace then. Just something to recognize Queen Aga's achievements. I'm so frustrated. I definitely wanted to do a festival. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, that would be lovely. I'll arrange the food. Wait, is this all just you wanting a party? No? We're never in the same room together. It'll be most pleasant. Oh, this is still kind of nice. What do you say, Your Majesty? I'd love to celebrate with you. Wonderful. I'll ask the spy master to sort out the invitations. The two of them hurry away, deep in conversation. I'm sorry not everything is about you, chat. Also, it was an accident, so I'm sorry that you're angry with me, but I did not intend to. You know I love a festival, right? I absolutely would have preferred the festival. Your Majesty, mass unemployment and unrest have arisen in the East. Businesses going bankrupt, mills shutting down. People are calling it a Great Depression because it's making everyone miserable. Yes, my investments have all gone up in smoke, and it's the same for all the other counts. We must find a way to lift the East out of poverty. Some counts' wealth has now decreased. Alright, so the options are A, bail out the bankrupt businesses, which would cost 2,000 gold, which is rough. And increase stability, increase trade, spread some wealth, and decrease, sorry, it's all gotten so complicated. Decrease defiance. B, provide jobs, digging ditches, and building roads, 40% chance to succeed authority. C, mass unemployment, easy, fix, turn them into soldiers. Increase military, increase defiance, which is really funny. D, tell the peasants to stop buying so much turnip toast. Alright, that's really funny. Tell the peasants to stop buying so much turnip toast. Decreases stability, decreases trade. It's really funny. So D won't do anything to help anybody or hurt anybody. Increased military and increased defiance won't do much to anything. B won't do much to anything. A will help the chiefs. And kind of help me too, because it'll increase trade. Oh, this is tricky. I think in order to defray the cost of A winning, I'm gonna royal gamble on that. Although I don't think it'll win, but I'm just kind of trying to cover my bets. So, okay, we're voting. A, bail out bankrupt businesses. B, provide jobs digging ditches and building roads. C, mass unemployment, easy fix, turn them into soldiers. Or D, tell the peasants to stop buying so much turnip toast. Turnip toast doesn't even sound good. Radish toast is good and a thing I eat on the regular. Like you get a baguette, you put some nice butter on there, a little bit of salt, a little bit some radishes, maybe like some arugula. Some really good options. Goodness, I'm really surprised so many people voted for A. I mean, the Chiefs, that makes sense. I'm just surprised more of you didn't band together and do some of the other options. 36 nobles voted for bailout the bankrupt businesses. Thankfully, that doesn't ensure a Chiefs win because I betted on it, so that's nice. You order the Chiefs' vast gold reserve to be devoted to this unprecedented crisis. So... not bad. Okay. No brain for grass strategy. I just think the game is pretty. I think that's totally fair. Merchants stop frantically destroying their records. Industries open their doors once more. Across the east, the counts breathe a collective sigh of relief. We're very civil, and you're less defiant. Some of your increased, and your trade is now up to struggling. That's nice. Okay, and that's the end of a season. All right, it's time to auction, folks. Everybody have your auction choice ready. I'll let you know when I click through. So your options are A, cathedral, increased faith. B, theater, decreased authority. C, monument, increased authority. D, observatory, decreased faith. E, grand bazaar, increased trade. Or F, library, increased stability. And as a reminder, the patricians want to increase their trade to have the highest trade. Chiefs want to lower the treasury, which doesn't have any effect on this situation, and counts want to increase authority. So if you want to stop the counts from taking a third win, well, actually, yeah, you just want to outbid the monument. As a reminder, the top two votes will win. All right, and I'm starting the auction now. It's always fun to see what last-minute votes pull through. Okay, currently the monument And the Grand Bazaar are winning. Oh, but the theater just hopped ahead of the monument. So right now the theater and the Grand Bazaar are winning. But this is going to be a close race. Oh, this is going to be down to absolute seconds. Theater kids unite! Oh, the monument has slipped just ever so slightly ahead. Oh, it is. Oh, it's neck and neck. All right, the theater has assured its place. Now it's down to the Grand Bazaar and the monument. Oh, the theater and the Grand Bazaar take it. The little gay ghost. Finally, little gay ghost finally putting it all on the line. What a hero. Little gay ghost putting it all on the line to get this theater across the road. That's incredible. Really, really incredible. And also shout out to K Sarah Fifi. Also an incredible amount dedicated to getting this Grand Bazaar. Now this is a kingdom I would want to live in, you know? Is Little Gay Ghost the Phantom of the Opera? It's a good question. Okay, what have we got? Bees! Bees! It has to be bees. Bees! I'm so excited about this bees option. The East has taken to beekeeping like, well, bees to a flower. Crops are bountiful and fields are blooming. There have been festivals with much dancing and merriment. Farming is now fruitful. Well, fantastic. No, the church is worried. The farm folk are besieged by nightmares all involving bees. It has made them superstitious and they are losing faith in the... Your Grace, wait. The East farms have improved beyond measure, Count Wandering Introvert says, and there's widespread happiness like never before. But for some reason, the church wishes us to burn our hives. Either of these options decrease faith, which is really funny. I am inclined to let the bee religion take off. I'm not saying I want this game to turn into the Wicker Man, but if you know enough about me, you can probably guess what's implied here. Wait, what? It must be done. Our churches lie empty on holy days, for the peasants of the East now worship only the harvest. They pray to their hives instead of the ninth. Your Highness, please. The peasants have full bellies and joyful smiles. This is what the church would burn, Your Highness. Liar! My priests report that your peasants complain of night horrors and insomnia. Something evil is happening in the East. Sorry. Your options are A, spare the bees, decrease faith, increase farming. B, more bees, fund more bees, decrease faith, increase farming. Or C, burn the hives, increase defiance. I mean, more bees is the funniest option. I'm sorry. I'm royal gambling on more bees. Because it's obviously the funniest option. And none of these affect anything that we're actually working for. So your options are A, spare the bees. B, more bees, fund the bees. Or C, burn the hives. It's so funny. It's so funny. More nightmares. More insomnia. Hold on. I've got a thing for this. More nightmares. More insomnia. Ha 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 ha. Okay, good. Lenshart, thank you for the resubscribe. Okay. Well, this is perfect. 69 of you vote for more bees, fund more bees. Don't I do have a bee plush. I'm grabbing the bee plush, hold on. Okay, there's absolutely no way for me to get this reliably on screen. The way that my chat is, or my screen is set up now is way too big to perch. Hold on, hold on. More bees! Really funny. Okay. Wow, the treasury went up by a lot. I didn't realize that would happen, but that's great. The church is horrified. The farmers are overjoyed. They invest in more hives and throw festivals to celebrate. Not festivals in your name, or in the name of the ninth god, but at least they're happy. Faith is now heathen. Farming is now abundant. Good job. Good work, everyone. Okay, a celebration at the palace. Let's do more beast attacks. Let's see what is going to happen here. Yeah, Grimwald is the best king so far by a long distance. Lord Patrician Maj says, we must do something about the wild animal problem, Your Serene Highness. It's getting out of control. Oh, is this about those beasts that were attacking the north? Yes, Your August Majesty. Only now they've migrated and they are ravaging our farmlands. Oh no! I wouldn't rule out the possibility of a ploy by the chiefs. Those heathens have no respect for their neighbors. I tried to warn you, Chief Tarsier Audacity says. You can't blame us for this. Settle down, both of you. We shall just have to vote on the issue. Oh, okay, a vote. A, pay for mercenaries to mercenaries to deal with this once and for all. Increase military, decrease treasury. B, let the patricians deal with the problems themselves, 60% military chance. Or C, denounce the chiefs for letting this happen, lower stability, increase defiance. Chiefs, you know I can't let you do that. I'm sorry, chiefs. I can't let you bankrupt me. That's it. That's the long and short of it. Your options are B, let the patrician deal with the problems themselves for a 60% military chance. Or C, denounce the chiefs for letting this happen, increase defiance, decrease stability. C is a funny option because I'm not actually doing anything. I'm just being like, chiefs, you jerks. It's like, it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything for anyone. All right, I'm calling this vote. This is just a runaway vote. 56 nobles voted for let the patricians deal with the problem themselves. Pat's voting for C is very funny because we're just telling ourselves, how could we do this? My authority is now feeble. Oh, I should be a little bit more worried about my authority, maybe. You do your best to diplomatically explain to Lord Patrician Maj that your hands are tied, but he is none too happy. Despite their best efforts... Oh no! The patricians prove no match for the frighteningly organized beasts. The coast is devastated by the rabid creatures. The military challenge failed. It's just rough. Defiance is now treacherous, military is now inadequate, and farming is now meager. Dang. That is a rough one. Oh, but we have a celebration at the palace. When am I gonna meet Fish Prince? The banquet table at the palace is laden with food, ready for the day of kinship. Oh, that's right, it's our party. As your advisors file in, you settle at the head of the table. The head inquisitor is conspicuously absent. She was too busy, sir, for such frivolities. Your Majesty, I sent out letters to all the nobles to wish them festive greetings. And to celebrate me. Oh. And to celebrate me, I hope. Of course, Your Majesty. Surely Queen Aga would be proud. I did hope we'd do something on a larger scale. Oh, I thought you'd approve of being frugal. Oh, of course. This is rather lovely. There's enough for me. What are the rest of you? I see. There's enough for me. What are the rest of you having? Ho, 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 ho. Please don't eat the entire banquet, Marshal. The ninth god approves of restraint. Ugh, lame. Bah, who cares about restraint on the day of kinship, eh? We're here to enjoy ourselves. This nerd. Thank you for coming, everyone. You're very welcome. I love that the Spymaster is here too. That's great. While the others exclaim, the Spymaster strolls out from behind a tapestry. Only the chief architect looks unsurprised. Ah, the old secret passage by that pillar. I read about that in the university. Very skillful done. The Spymaster inclines her head politely to him and settles down to tuck into the lavish dinner. A drink, Your Majesty? A couple, yeah. The mood at the table grows merry, and you celebrate the day of kinship long into the night. As your energy flags, your guests yawn. It's your chance to bring back the party atmosphere. No, the Spymaster can't be married to the architect. We're in love. I challenge him to test his strength. Time for a drinking contest. I think of something outrageous. I call for some card games. Just go to bed. Definitely not just gonna go to bed. Challenge him to a test of strength. I mean, my character is a foppish vampire count, so I don't think a test of strength is a good option. Card games might be an option. I'm curious what something outrageous is. Everyone get out your Pokemon cards! If you can't marry the Spymaster, try to marry the cute lady they perch on. I think I'm gonna think of something. Oh, something outrageous might lower my authority, though. Although I think drinking probably would as well. But I'm most curious about outrageousness. So I think I'm gonna do outrage. It should either be a card game or outrage. So let's do outrageous. You cast about to something especially exciting. Then you have an idea. Sexalia Derolo, I don't know. I do think if authority goes to 0, I lose. You stand up and pound your fist on the table. Your guests fall silent. Moonbasket, if you type !join and then a singular pronoun, then it'll automatically sort you into a group. Yeah, the Nightbot has, it's not ideal the way the Nightbot is laid out, but that has information on how to do things. It's time to climb the palace tower. You're all wonderful. That's why I'm marrying one of you tonight. I'm calling a vote right now. Forget what I've said. I'm going to bed. I really want to do a surprise wedding. I realize that might negate the ability to get Fish Prince, but this might be my only chance to marry the Spymaster. Yes. I think it has to be wedding, right? You're all wonderful. That's why I'm marrying one of you tonight. Your advisors burst into laughter. Oh, who do you intend to marry then, Your Majesty? It's happening. The Fish Prince isn't coming this game anyway. Oh my god, it's happening. I never thought this would actually happen, but we are gonna marry the Spymaster. This is a terrible idea. This is such a terrible idea. In terms of, like, kingdom stability. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But we're doing it. The Spymaster snorts in amusement. I never thought you felt that way, Your Majesty. How are you shocked? How have I not expressed myself well? The Archbishop's right here. The Archbishop's right here. He can do it. Bedmaster, too? Well, yes, I suppose I can. You take the Spymaster's hands. I pronounce you married in the eyes of the kingdom. I want this to be legally binding, so I don't want to click on that last option. Love wins. We did it. Hurrah! The others clap and cheer. The Spymaster looks most entertained. The party goes on long into the small hours. You're about to go to bed when the door slams open. What is this the servants are telling me? You got married? Mother, meet my new wife. She stares at the Spymaster in shock. We can't have this. Archbishop, annul this immediately. Yeah, I love the Queen Mother design. That's easy enough. Nothing's been written down. I love that all three of these increase stability. But I'm the king. And I'm your mother. Call it an exercise of my right of veto. How? No! 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 Very well. By the power vested in me and the head of church, I declare this marriage void. It shall be as if it never was. Ha! Perhaps better to avoid complications, your majesty. No! No! No, this is unacceptable. I can't believe this. This game broken. Where do I... Where's the mod that allows me to stay married to the spy master? As the sun rises, it's time for bed. You fall into a long, luxurious sleep. Later, the chancellor informs you that across the kingdom, nobles and peasants have been celebrating the Day of Kinship too. Parties always get people in a good mood. A resounding success. Wow, this is the most stable we've been so far. I'm so furious. I can't believe my mom... I can't believe my mom kicked out my girlfriend. Sitting on a bench outside a Sun Beach villa, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Our profits are down. Our companies are being competed by the damn chiefs of all people. How could this happen? The patricians' aim is to have the highest trade. Up in the north, Chief Rosewood Figurine has gathered their fellow plotters for a hike through the mountains. Some of our bribes have been accepted, but not enough. The king is paying the palace watch well enough that their loyalties aren't easily swayed. So, we have some of the watch in our pocket? Isn't that enough? Nay, not yet. We can't make a move until we're sure we won't be discovered. The chief's aim is to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less. Ooh, chiefs invent a new kind of super strong mead! Making 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200. Wow, the chiefs. So powerful. Okay, I do think I need to bribe the patricians to try to get this defiance down a little bit. But I need a lot of money, so I am gonna have to cruel tax the chiefs, and I'm gonna do it to the counts too, actually, because you're not gonna rebel against me anytime soon. I'm sorry, the counts. This is, hey, you know what? My mom's account, and if she had let me stay married to Chief's defiance is very high. Yeah, but I can't afford, like, if I bribe them, then, like, they win. So, unfortunately, this just has to be how it is. Ooh, about my heir. Ulthronder and food riots. Let's learn about my heir. Of course, your majesty refuses to get married against my advice. Actually, I got married, so excuse your mouth. There's one other thing you're missing, however, something even more important than a spouse. An heir. You need someone young whose royalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard, or the youngest of your many cousins. I'm pretty sure I have a bastard child lying around somewhere. The church won't be happy, but they're just as keen to avoid a civil war as we are. They'll legitimize the bastard without much fuss. I will meet with the archbishop tomorrow. All right. Ulthronder or food riot? Let's do... I'm curious what Ulthronder is. Your Majesty, Chief Lyric 5 says. The creatures that have been ravaging our countryside, they're Ulthronder. Ulthronder? Ulthronder, your greatness. People of the north turned into horrible creatures through ancient rituals. Were-beasts. You've got to be joking. I'm afraid not, your majesty. The Ulthronder, they're fanatics. They attack us because they believe we have turned against our old gods, even though we are very faithless. They wish to see the influence of your ninth god completely eradicated in the north. Your archbishop is incensed, but you calm him with a wave of your hand. A vote must be called. Alright, A, ban all pagan practices in the north. B, send monster hunters after the Northrend leaders. That will cost money. Or C, invite the beast folk to a capital for an audience. Oh. Oh, that one's really cool. God, C is really funny. Bear wife. God, it's really gotta be C. Wicked Witch, I will let you know when the vote is open. It has not opened yet. Once I click start vote, you can vote. Maybe we can still win the marriage. God, C is really good. I know Chiefs want to go for B. I think we can all agree C is a funnier option, though. Should I ban B? Should I veto B? That might be a good option. Or should I royal gamble on C? Are enough of y'all gonna vote for C? I'm gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it. We're gonna go for C. Alright, so your options are A, ban all pagan practices in the north, B, send monster hunters after the Ulthrand leaders, or C, invite the beast folk to the capital for an audience. Really funny options. I was really curious before I started this game whether it was going to be just like a gimmick or if there was going to be more to it. But I think the game is really good even as a standalone. FurCon 2023. Alright, it looks like inviting the beast folk to the capital is one. Really absurd. Although some are aghast at the idea, especially since I don't have an honor guard, it's the only way to resolve the situation once and for all. An old Eastern proverb, wars are ended quicker with paper than with iron. Oh, it doesn't happen immediately? That is a shame. Alright, food riot. Hey, Chief Little Gay Ghost! Your greatness, the famine in the north grows worse by the day. The riots are breaking out in all the major townships, from Skarma to Thormgard. Starving mobs are pillaging bakeries, granaries, and merchant houses. What are we to do? Oh god, another vote. So A, send in the army to control the riots, 100% chance military. B, import mass amounts of food from Tavalia and Kurth. Lowers treasury, lowers defiance, increases farming. C, the chiefs should buy up grain surplus from the counts. Mixed trade, mixed wealth, increased farming. Or D, order grain supplies to be diverted from the east. Huh. Tricky. A good reminder to take your meds in the chat. Thank you, Wicked Witch. I don't necessarily want to veto any of these. I guess I'm gonna veto the one that's gonna cost me a lot of money. So, yeah, that's really the only good option for me. Yeah. Alright, your options are A, send in the army to control the riots, 100% chance military. C, the chiefs should buy up surplus grain from the counts. Mixed trade, mixed wealth, increased farming. D, order grain supplies to be diverted from the east. Mixed defiance, decreased trade, mixed farming, decreased money. Ooh. Let's really split the vote. It looks like D, order grain supplies to be diverted from the east, takes it. How dare you take our goods from us without compensation, Count Loki Delta says. We had a very valuable trade deal in place. We planned to sell that grain to Sal for a steep profit. Now that's fallen through, and I've already paid for the cargo space. The East is furious. Trade is worse for them. Farming is worse, but still pretty good, actually. And Count Loki Delta's specific wealth. Loki Delta's specific wealth has decreased. Oh, shut up, Lackwit. My people are starving. Your defiance is now enraged. Love that. Immense quantities of surplus grain are diverted from the east to the north, and once the peasants have bread again, the riots cease. There's enough to tide them over until the next harvest. Oh, and your farming went up to 3. That's nice. Isn't that nice? Everyone can rebel right now. Wait, can the counts? Lies, truth and lies. While playing a game of chess in an austere castle, 2 counts of the East discuss their schemes against the crown. Blood and stars. The king must get a better grip on the kingdom, otherwise our plans fall apart. The count's aim is to raise authority to at least 5. Ooh, I get a new royal decree. Okay. Monarch's iron choice. The monarch can mark their preferred voting option. If they chose, they gain a +1 authority. That might be worth getting just because my authority is really low now. After voting, nobles can change their mind and vote for a different option. How nobles choose to vote is hidden from the monarch's view. I still don't know what that would even really get me. I swapped that out for reverse voting. I feel bad about the reverse voting option because, like, in order to use that effectively, I should not point it out, but that also feels unfair, weirdly. Anonymous is useless with Twitch streaming. Yeah, that is the downside of that one. Okay. Losing relevance, the summit. Where's the other one? The coming harvest. Let's do losing relevance. This morning, you'll be cutting the ribbon on a new library, then giving a speech at the gardening festival. I've prepared some inoffensive jokes about flowers for you. Really? Funny. Tell me a flower joke. Someone's been secretly adding concrete to the soil in my garden. The plot thickens. Oh, relax, everyone. I'm just pulling your leg. It's good, right? Haha! I think those jokes are deplorable. Very good, Your Majesty. See how I laugh. Hang on, isn't there a council meeting today? Why, yes, Your Majesty. But the nobles told me you weren't attending council meetings anymore. They said you were happy to let them decide in the matters of state. Are they trying to cut me out of ruling my own kingdom? Oh dear. Quick, let's head to the council hall. We might catch them before the session begins. Oh, Your Majesty, forgive me for not bowing, Lady Patrician Unromanceable NPC says. a really accurate username. Jenna, how can you die in this game? Do we have to kill you or can you just get old? I don't know. We have never gotten that far. What a question. We didn't expect to see you here today. What is the meaning of this? Don't take offense, Your Serene Highness. We thought you'd be relieved to have the reins of power taken from you. This is my first time watching. That's fair. I don't know the answer to it, unfortunately. We thought you'd be relieved to have the reins of power taken from you. I'm your king, damn it. By the 9th, Your Serene Highness. Anyone can see you're not fit to rule. Let us take care of things from now on. Would that be so bad? Order Lady Patrician Unromanceable NPC beheaded for impudence. Have Lady Patrician Unromanceable NPC thrown in the dungeon. Or let her off with a stern warning. Okay, well, it's got to be one of these. I feel like the first one will give me more authority. And I am nervous about my authority. But I don't want it to get too high. Because then the counts will win again. Yeah, that's true. Your defiance can't get worse. That's true. I I might behead her. I know this is gonna come back. None of these are great. Yeah, it has to be 5 so I have wiggle room. That's true. I'm so sorry, unromanceable NPC. Boy, I hope you're not asleep right now and watching this on the on the VOD. This is so tricky. Yeah, I think it has to be the case. Rip. Oh no, that really increased my authority. Okay. Yikes. All right, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. As Lady Patricia, an unromanceable NPC, is dragged away, begging and pleading, you turn and see that the other nobles are bowing and scraping before you. That's better. Long live unromanceable NPC the second. Man, that's tricky. All right, so we've got the summit or the coming harvest. Let's do the coming harvest. Your child will avenge you? That's probably true. Your Majesty, I must speak to you at once. The beekeepers in the east have become emboldened. They see the kingdom's support as an endorsement of their beliefs. Their beliefs? The High Inquisitor betrays no hint of emotion. They've become obsessed with bees, Your Majesty. They've formed their own traditions and ceremonies with honey, hoops robes, and dancing. It must be stopped. Why, exactly? These farmers speak of death, Your Majesty, in the coming harvest. They speak of golden tongues and blood running like honey. This is nothing more than a cult, yet the counts are more than tolerating it. This isn't a mere cult, Wandering Introvert says. This isn't a cult, it's merely quaint rural traditions. And they are making some divine honey. Ooh, alright. Options are demand the cultists abandon their hives and resume attending the church, which we have no success of, no chance of succeeding at, because we have 0% success, or, faith. B, send in the military, burn the hives, which will increase defiance. Or C, this is no business of the council, decrease stability, decrease authority, decrease faith, increase farming. I don't really know what to do here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna royal gamble on y'all choosing C because that is what's gonna let this weird bee thing continue, and that's what I most want to see. So, yeah. Your options are A, demand the cultists abandon their hives and resume attending the church. B, send in the military, burn the hives. Or C, this is no business of the council. Oh, we're already at 2 hours, huh? Well, I feel like we've been making good time, so we're gonna just keep going. Bees and werewolves, this run is lit. Yeah, this run truly has everything. The kingdom got cool. Alright, this is no business of the council. Not your business? This is an attack on the Church of the Ninth. She storms from the council hall, fists clench. A few days later, you hear that her inquisitors are traveling up and down the realm, accusing you and the council of heresy. Meanwhile, the beekeeping cult in the east flourishes. Churches stand empty, holy books are burned, peasants kneel before their hives, praying for honey. Wow, farming is now cornucopia? That's nice. Okay, and then just the summit. Your Majesty, the beasts have arrived. Do not worry, the palace watch will keep you safe if they try anything. This one is their leader. I'm so excited to see the beast art. I hope there is special beast art. Oh, how disappointing. Chief Slushy Slammer, says Grimwald. That's your Majesty to you. Whatever pleases you, your Majesty. I thought you'd be more feral. He snorts and shrugs. Just like a pig. Appearances can be deceiving, Grimwald. Let's just get this over with. Do you want to get married or what? The Church of the Ninth God must withdraw from the north immediately and never return. This is our demand. Wicked Witch, thank you for the gift subs. As a reminder, anybody who got the gift sub can get into the Discord. Oh, good night, Wicked Witch. Thank you for joining us. But don't forget, yeah, you can come into the Discord and hang out. It's a great place to be. The chiefs have lost their way. We will show them, by the power of Valtor, and the wisdom of Morgana, what it means to be a northerner. Absolutely preposterous. Surely you cannot even consider this, your majesty. These monsters should be shown the sword. Okay. A, order the church to withdraw completely from the north, which mixed defiance, decreased authority, decreased faith, increased farming. Really funny. I love this run has been all about decreasing faith but increasing farming, which is a really weird connection. B, refuse to accept the heathen's demand, increased stability, decreased farming, decreased trade, decreased faith, increased defiance. Whew. C, kill the beast folk leader where they stand, which will increase authority, decrease stability, increase defiance. Oh, this is hard. Okay. So I can veto one. Okay, so the counts definitely want to choose C because that's going to increase authority. Which of these is decreasing trade? B is decreasing trade. That'll decrease trade with the north, so patricians want B. And A basically doesn't do anything for anyone. So I'm gonna hedge my bets and put my iron choice on C, because that way, no wait, that's the opposite of what I want. Never mind, that's the opposite of what I want, because that would give me double authority. I might veto C. I worry that would give me too much authority. I've got to veto it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A, order the church to withdraw completely from the north. Or B, refuse to accept the heathen's demand. Sorry, y'all. Beast to beast solidarity? This is truly wild. Another really close vote. Oh, this is so close. Oh, B slightly taking the edge. Wow. All right. Refuse to accept the heathen's demand it is. Refuse to accept the heathen's demands. The council refuses to give in to the werebeast's demands, sending them home with their tail between their legs. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Well, that increased authority, which is a shame. Really decreased the North's starving. Slightly decreased. You're only opulent now, the North. And you're totally heathens, and you're extremely, extremely treasonous. Their attacks will continue to plague the North for many seasons to come, but it was the only choice. The church withdrawing from an entire region would cause far more trouble in the long run. Or so the Archbishop assures you. And that is the end of the season. Burn it all down. Goodness. Okay. All right. Everybody wants to rebel. So we've got a Kraken. We've got a Kraken. Lord Patrician Evan Wynn says, a Kraken, a real-life, honest-to-north Kraken, just outside my harbor on the western shores. We should send our navy to subdue the beast at once, Lady Patrician Jezelis says. A Kraken has every advantage in the sea battle, your majesty. Oh, my love, perhaps a lighter touch is preferable. Oh, it would be, sometimes, if only. It's said Kraken can be appeased by an offering of living creatures. Heretical nonsense. You cannot be considering this, Your Majesty. This is funny. Okay. Our options are A, send in the patrician's navy, 10% military chance. B, appease the Kraken with a sacrifice, 30% farming chance. Or C, let it be, 55% chance. What did even do here? I guess I'm gonna royal gamble that y'all are gonna choose appease the Kraken? Any of these is really funny. I don't feel bad about any of them. So choose as you will. A, send in the patrician navy. Oh, B, sorry, I saw somebody. There was a thing I could not approve of. I'm sorry. A, send in the patrician's navy. B, appease the Kraken with a sacrifice. Or C, let it be. I love that every area has a special animal-based torment this round. It's just really, really, really funny. And I also like that C is just chance. Just like, I don't know, maybe. Let it be. Exactly. Great. Really great voting, everyone. 38 nobles voted for B, appease the Kraken with a sacrifice. Dozens of emaciated goats and cows are rounded up and carted off to the coast, where they're dumped unceremoniously into the water near Lord Patrician Evan Wynn's estate. Failed. But I made a little money on the side, so... Unfortunately, the strange ritual does nothing to appease the monster, and only angers the church. Before long, priests are spreading rumors about Kraken spawn among the nobility, placing you at the center of a dark conspiracy. Meanwhile, the accursed Kraken takes up permanent residence along the coast, hampering trade, and scaring much of the local population away. Defiance can't go higher, trade is now desperate, and Lord Patrician Evan Wynn's wealth has now decreased. That wasn't great for any of us. What is this one? Refugee crisis. The North is experiencing a terrible famine, Count Duke of Pomp says, Your Majesty, and a steady trickle of refugees have been pouring into the East. Yes, it's a terrible tragedy. They're looking for food and steady work, but finding neither. They've turned to begging. The streets of eastern cities are crowded with northern vagrants. Well, I'm sorry that my suffering people are clogging up the eastern streets, Chief Sharknoffler says. They need help, not judgment, but will the council give it? The options are A, distribute grain among the starving peasants in the north, which will increase authority, increase trade, decrease the treasury, and mix defiance. B, fund the local militia to deal with the beggars, decrease money, increase authority, increase defiance, decrease stability. C, close the roads out of the north, increase defiance, decrease trade, decrease stability. D, the king will personally hand out bread to the refugees of the east, 30% chance stability. This is rough because pretty much all of these are bad for me. I don't want to decrease trade. I can take the money hits, but we don't want to increase authority or the counts will win again. So we don't want B. Yeah, if we choose B, the counts will win. Everything else is sort of middling. God, so do I want to... I think I'm gonna veto B. Because we just can't let the counts win another time. The money cost of B isn't bad for me, but the authority increase would assure a counts win. So, unfortunately, that cannot be it. Alright, your options are A, distribute grain among the starving peasants in the north. C, close the roads out of the north. Or D, the king will personally hand out bread to the refugees in the east, which is really funny. Ooh, this was a close call, but it looks like distribute grain has it. Just barely. By distributing grains among the peasants who remain in the north, you alleviate their suffering and reduce the flow of refugees. Treasuries decrease, but still fine. Stability is now unstable, but that's better. Farming is now barren, and defiance is now vengeful. Wow, that did not increase your defiance very much, the north. The east is really pissed. But those who have already made their way to the east prove unwilling to return to their homeland, fearing more famine around the corner. Tensions heighten between the chiefs and the counts. Alright, and the last one is blistering heat. Your Serene Highness, for unfortunate tidings, noble patrician Jackson Juniper says. Summer has been exceedingly hot this year, and citizens have been dying from the heat. The harvest will be poor, as you can imagine. Hey, that's us right now. Not my problem. No. Is there something I can do? Perhaps your august majesty and the council are willing. We'll see, the council. The options are force peasants to work through the summer. Increase defiance, increase authority, decrease stability. So that will help the counts win. B, encourage regional immigration to supplement the labor market. Decrease defiance, decrease stability, decrease trade. Or C, mandate midday siestas. It's really funny. Lower defiance, lower farming, lower trade, increase stability. So A will basically get counts way closer to their goal. B hurts me and the patricians, and C also hurts me and the patricians. So, I don't know. I'm not going to use this because I don't want to help the peasants. Killing unromanceable NPC really changed the dynamic of the authority hustle. So, it'll just be a pure vote. A, force the peasants to work through the summer. B, force regional immigration to supplement the encourage regional immigration to supplement the labor market. Or C, mandate midday siestas. I love naps, and I love that naps is winning. That's really good. It's a great choice. Everybody naps at 2 o'clock. It's too hot to work. You implement special measures in the coast to account for the hostile climate. The peasantry are grateful, and in turn, so are the patricians. Though productivity dips, your benevolence is marked throughout the land. Trade can't go lower. We're higher stability, though, and farming is a little bit worse. Wow, the bee-laden counts really have a monopoly on farming, and that's extremely funny. All right, it's your turn. Your trade literally could not be worse. Yep. It's time for an auction. So your options are A, library for increased stability, B, stadium for decreased military, C, monument for increased authority, which is what the counts are going to go for, D, thieves guild for decreased trade, E, grand bazaar for increased trade, F, prison for lower stability. So this is going to be a tricky one. As a reminder, this the vote will end automatically at the end of the timer, so everybody prepare what you want. Yeah, and the top 2 options are the ones that will succeed. All right. Voting is now live. Good luck. Strong opening lead for the Grand Bazaar and for the Monument. A little bit of showing from the library, but not enough to overtake these 2 Goliaths at the auction house. I wish I could see who put 1 penny towards the stadium. Oh, A is overtaking the monument. Oh. This is gonna be a close one. A and E are currently in the lead. It's a very, very close one, though. Oh, C just jumped ahead. Just jumped ahead of A. Oh, God. I can't wait to see what... Oh! Just barely slipped ahead. Incredible. Great Suzo. Putting a lot of money down for that library. Geo's diet, likewise. Pulling through for the grand bazaar. Really close, y'all. The last 69 gold I gave helped. Good job, Mechtel. Oh, and the Chiefs are currently rebelling. Well, I hope you guys didn't want to see the end of any of those quest lines that we had open. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to this kid, whoever this one is. The council hall is filled with nervous silence. Ooh. Oh, I get to choose? Stability up, faith down on all of them. My legitimized, natural-born child. The assembled nobles break into sporadic applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom, provided you can survive this civil war. Though the common folk may lose some faith in the church, seeing the king's extramarital adventures being forgiven so easily. That's fine. Faith can't go lower for most of these folks, so that's okay, actually. Lord Patrician Theopho says, Your esteemed highness, may I be the first to congratulate you on legitimizing a child. What is their name? Grimwald II, obviously. Marvelous, your august majesty. I'm sure little Grimwald II will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you just need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the Spy Master soon. Can't wait to see the Spy Master. This is all a long con to hang out more with the Spy Master. Alright, let's deal with this rebellion. I think it's funny that it's always the chiefs that rebel. Because that's so in keeping with your story, like the story of the northern people, right? I really wanted to see what happened with the bees. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sad we've rebelled again. At long last, the chiefs have reached their boiling point. You are confronted in your throne room by Chief Pedagogy, their tattoos seeming to shift in the light of the braziers. The chiefs of the north will rip that false crown from your head and stomp it into the mud. We will fight for glory, for honor, and for Nut, the true king. This is a formal declaration of war. Next time we see each other, we'll be on the battlefield. I get to choose, and I'm gonna say seize them. Get out of here. Come along now, traitors get the chop. What? But you can't do this. I'm an envoy, see? See how the king's tyranny grows worse by the day? Yeah, that's fine. Your watchman wastes no time. Chief Pedagogy is dragged out into the courtyard, and their heads struck from their shoulders. I didn't expect them to move so boldly, Your Majesty. What are our chances against the rebels? Let me put it this way, Your Majesty. Everyone in the palace who understands the situation has wet themselves. The leader of the rebellion is Chief Tarsier Audacity. She's citing your past transgression as reason for the uprising. The fact you used dark magic to seize the throne, your greedy plundering of the royal tombs, that's fair. Urge to murder, rising. Yes, Your Majesty, hold on to that feeling. You'll need it. So this is it? Civil war again? That's right, Your Majesty. The kingdom is divided. There will be a lot of death and suffering before all this is over. I can't wait. I'll go dig out the trebuchets. Alright, let's do this again, I guess. Too long have those bastards in the Crownlands held us down. Too long have they called us heathens and mocked our way of life. I, anxious topiary says, Now it's the time to take up our axes and fight back. Morgana is with us. We'll burn their churches and string up their lying priests. Aye. Now I ask you, brave chiefs of the Free North, where will we strike first? We can launch a preemptive strike against the Counts to cripple their military capabilities. If we suspect the patricians may join our cause, we can call them to war. Well, they'll be more likely to join us if the king's authority is low. Or finally, we can send off an assassin to nip this in the bud. Dishonorable, of course, but convenient. Next, for Sunday's stream, I'm gonna add a Nightbot forbidden word, which is rebel, and then for once we'll be able to play a session where we'll get to see the end of all these storylines. All right, your options are A, launch a preemptive strike on the Counts, 80% military chance. B, call the patricians to join our cause, 100% defiance chance. Or C, send an assassin after the king, and that just costs you some money. Cheat. This is the only situation in which I'm interested in cheating, and that is to see more of the game. Yeah, sorry, it's just the Chiefs voting. And it looks like launch a preemptive strike on the Counts. I'm surprised you went that way, since the Defiance had 100% chance. It's true, I literally have no guards, and it is funny that you didn't send an assassin. Devs have promised to make the rebellions more interesting, but the patch is delayed another couple of weeks. Well, maybe we won't play Sunday. Maybe we'll wait for the next patch to come out, and then we can try it after they've done some adjusting to that sort of thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay. I'm sorry, I need Jenna's eyes to read it for me. Yeah, that's the other thing, is apparently somebody was saying that they're going to increase the readability of this, so that will make all of our lives easier. July 10th is the release, you think? I will double check on that. So that it might be worth moving on to a different thing on Sunday, and then circling back to this once they've updated it a little, because I'm having a great time with this, but there are some pain points. The Chiefs launch a surprise attack on the east, slashing and burning their way through fields and farmlands. They catch a regiment of the Eastern Army unawares and spring an ambush, slaughtering them to a man. Common folk whisper that the battleground will be stained red for a generation. You might want to break from the 3-hour streams. That too. It's also difficult because I want to play these through in full segments, but we're already at 2.5 hours, so it's a little bit long. Rebels gained a victory point. Congrats. Military is now capable for the east, and farming is now rampant in the east. So you're still actually not in a bad place, Counts. And the military succeeded. The gods are good. Down with the king. Northern soldiers return home in triumph, leaving the east devastated in their wake. All right, in the season. All right, so it's the Count and the Patrician. So the Chiefs are the one that wanted me to be broke. So now that we no longer have to worry about that, that changes the math on this a little bit. The Chiefs strike a deal with a chain of lumber bills, making 500 wealth. The other nobles gain 200 wealth. There's really no point in bribing you, because the defiance is so high that I'm never really going to knock it down. But there's also really no reason to cruelly tax you. So we're just going to do a common tax. All right. Ooh, I can recruit Oread. Oh, that's cool. Your Majesty, Oread is here to see you. Send her in. Your Luminance, I see you are in a predicament. I wish to volunteer my services as a ship's captain to fight in your war. I was never good at sitting on my hands. Could I try sitting on your hands? My gunships are still docked at the western shore. Let me command them, as I was born to do. Go, with my blessing. She salutes you crisply, in the Kurth style no less, then turns on her heels to do your bidding. Before long, she's on her way to the coast to meet up with the Patrician's navy and her beloved gunships. Weeks later, Oread smashes a northern fleet to smithereens despite being desperately outnumbered. Cool. Oh, the Loyalists gained a victory point. I didn't realize we could succeed. You and your marshals toast to Oread's continued success and remind yourself never to cross her in the future. I love her. I love her so much. A great battle. The vast armies darken the landscape like a shadow of clouds. Flags are flying, drums are pounding in rhythm. With the marching of boots, the kingdom is gripped with civil war. At least, that's what you imagine. Most of the time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map with your marshals. I don't think that's the pirate queen, is she? Is she the pirate queen? Your Majesty, the army of the north is advancing on the capital, led by that treacherous cur, Chief Tarsier Audacity. I've received word from the commander that our loyalist forces in the coast, if they march now, they'll intercept the chiefs in a matter of days. Alternatively, they could join forces with the army in the east. It's risky, but together they have a high chance of defeating the accursed chiefs. What are your orders, Your Majesty? This is tricky. The patricians don't have the military might to stand up against the chiefs, unfortunately. So I think they have to join up. That just has to be how it is. Very well, Your Majesty. I'll relay your orders to Lord Patrician Todd A.S. Football. I'll relay your orders to Lord Patrician Todd A.S. Football, the commanders in the fields. Hopefully, they do as they're told. God knows treachery can thrive on a battlefield. We have our orders, but should we follow them? All right, this is a vote for you, patricians. Defy orders, send the coastal army to defeat the rebels is A. B is follow orders and link up with the counts. C is hang back and let the rebels march on the capital without challenge. This is your vote. Anybody who's in the patricians, that's the green group, can vote. Okay. Pretty solid voting. Follow orders and link up with the counts. The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace waiting for your marshal's return. Finally, she arrives at the throne room looking perfectly composed. Yes, that means we did good. Your Majesty, as you ordered, the patricians have turned their army to link up with the counts. We can only hope this was the right decision. Have some confidence, Your Majesty. Too late for doubts now. It'll come down to the next battle. The fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance. And my fate, too. That's true. Never fear, Your Majesty. If we do lose this, there are worse fates than a swift head chopping. Over the next few weeks, it becomes clear that the coastal army's retreat has given the chiefs free rein to pillage and plunder. Farming is now starving. Patricians' wealth has decreased. Chiefs have once again increased, and trade is now dominant. The incentives to rebel are so high. It just does feel like it's out of balance, because like if you rebel early, then you're just rich the whole rest of the time. Now the joint army of the patricians and the counts rush to meet the chiefs in open warfare, and the winner will either end your reign or preserve it. Your Majesty, a merchant is here to see you. He has come all the way from Kurth, I hear. In the middle of a war? Actually, I think that's exactly why he's here. Your luminance, so wonderful to see you. I hear little Grenwald II is doing well. Doing very well, thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. Moreover, you'll be pleased to know that the Kurth Senate has deliberated for many weeks and ultimately agreed to extend you the offer of an arms contract. Not just any contract, mind you. The Republic has offered to sell you gunpowder weapons, muskets, cannon, blunderbusses, bombards, you name it. I have it. Alright, what have you got? I've got everything your heart could desire. Ooh, blunderbusses, bombards, mortars. cannons, muskets. I have to choose? I assume this is going to cost me money, but that's probably fine. Also, we already have some of these. I'll take some blunderbusses. I love a blunderbuss. Ah, yes, powerful weapons perfect for storming a castle. I'll add that to your total. I need bombards. Knocking down a few castle walls, are we? Those will be 1,600. Oh god, this is gonna be expensive. You can look at options by choosing. Okay, mortars. Brilliant. They're not very accurate, I'll warn you, but they can decimate a tightly packed army. Yeah, too inaccurate? No thank you. Cannons might be useful. Mount them on ships or wheel them into battle. They're as versatile as they are deadly. What about muskets? Muskets, you say? You'll have your whole army outfitted before the month's end. 900 for those. Okay. Yeah, bombards are too pricey. Take out the muskets. I can do without them. I mean, I don't have to worry about entering the treasury anymore because the chiefs are the ones trying to lower the treasury. Blunderbusses are bad for defense, you think? I mean, if they're gonna siege us, then we probably don't need to worry about castle walls. Which was the one that was good for packed? Well, let's see how much. Subtotal is 1,900. Let me look at the inventory. Okay. Mortars are packed for good for. All right, I do want some mortars then, and let's get rid of the cannons and see how much that is. Oof, steep, but I think it'll be worth it. Oof, yeah, let's do it. Ugh. Our ships already have cannons. So I think that'll be okay. I actually don't know how relevant. I'm curious to what effect all of these have, or if it just doesn't super matter. Once the merchant has left, it's up to you to distribute your newfound armaments to your loyalists. Give the muskets to the patricians or the counts. Who wants muskets? Lower defines increase military. I feel like I might give the muskets to the patricians. Yeah, that feels right. It'll increase your military. That's a good call. Muskets are the bread and butter of any modern military. Your troops will have a significant edge with them on your side. And I guess to even things out, I'll give the mortars to the counts. Yeah, that's fair. Mortars, though not quite so effective against enemy fortifications, are excellent at destroying slow-moving armies of your enemies. You can now only... Did that raise the military of the chiefs or lower? I didn't check on that. Okay. You can only hope the new weapons will be enough to finally win the war. It lowered it. Okay. Great. Well, let's end the season and see how it goes. Oh, stop the count. The timer is set to 15 seconds and the vote will automatically close once the timer is over. Call for unity, increase stability, or reverse... I don't really like any of these. But I could get rid of the monarch's choice. So let's do the stop the count. Okay. A sickness spreads. Keep them sweet, or the final battle. I want to see what keep them sweet is. But then we might skip to the final battle, since we're already quite over time. You must have noticed that the patricians aren't happy, your majesty. The rebels have a keen eye, and they'll take advantage of the situation. If the coast joins the rebellion, we'll be in serious trouble. It's high time you ask the patricians directly what they need. I'll do it. Where would I be without you? There's a hint of a smile, and then it's gone. When you call the council, the patricians whisper amongst themselves, glancing in your direction. Your Serene Highness, Lord Patrician Reichering says, forgive these tense atmosphere, but matters are grave in the kingdom. We're all concerned. Yes, it's not been the easiest of time, Count 2% Gold says, for any of us. I just hope we can all have a productive time. Oh, I'm so sorry. The treasury's too low to pay you outright. A, ignore the situation entirely. The king has other things to do. B, appoint some patrician as military advisors, 40% military chance. Or C, provide funds to the coastal farmers, which will get close to bankrupting us. But, which I can do a royal gamble on that, which will sort of defray that cost a little bit. The C option will decrease treasury, increase farming and military, and lower defiance. Yeah, I think I'm gonna royal gamble on C, because I want to hold on to my veto for a moment. So we're gonna do that. Your options are A, ignore the situation entirely. The king has other things to do, increase defiance. B, appoint some patrician as military advisors. That's a 40% military chance. Or C, provide funds to help the coastal farmers. I mean, this is a sweep. I'm gonna call this as soon as it's over. There it is. All right, we have funded the coastal issue. You have the treasurer arrange the funds, and after a few weeks, she comes to see you regarding the coastal farms. I'm pleased to say that the crops are thriving on the coast, Your Majesty. An army marches on its stomach, and the troops now march in step with confidence. Perhaps more importantly, the patricians are praising your generosity. You can only hope their good mood lasts. We'll see. Alright, let's get this over with. A month ago, battle was averted, but that battle cannot be postponed forever. The patricians and counts are all that stands between the chiefs and the capital. A final battle deciding the fate of the kingdom. I'll send word to the counts that it's time to strike. We can only hope they listen to our orders, Your Majesty. Oh, this is a count. This is you purple team. A, send the joint forces of the counts and patricians to fight the rebels, 80% military chance. Or B, hang back and let the chiefs march on the capital without challenge. Increase defiance, lower authority. Much respect to the counts for supporting this vote. Okay. 24 nobles voted for join forces with the counts and the patricians. When she finally arrives, she strides into the throne room with a triumphant gleam in your eyes. Success! Whew. Marshal, report. We caught the chiefs by surprise as they were fording a river. Classic pincer maneuver. The counts attacked from one side and the patricians charged in from another. You should have seen it. The river ran red that day. An utter slaughter. Woof! Loyalists gained 3 victory points. Military decreased much. Authority is now dubious. We did pincer you last time, and then you did another maneuver where you had a second force attack the capital. And won that way, I think. So, we've won? Yes, Your Majesty. Unless something totally unexpected happens, yeah. At that moment, a frantic soldier bursts in. Your Majesty, we've received word from our scouts. I don't quite know how to say it. Yep. The chiefs must have split their forces. The army we defeated was a diversion. This is the exact same thing that happened last time. They'll be outside the capital in a matter of days, and the counts are too far away to help. What do? We must prepare for a siege. Yep. Alright, we'll do the sickness spreads. Count Kira says, Your Grace, a terrible sickness is spreading amongst my troops in the east. What kind of sickness? We've done a lot of digging, a lot of latrines, and a lot of graves. What can we do about it? If we let the disease run its course, we'll have lost a lot of soldiers we can't afford to lose. But I'm not sure how much we can do. Perhaps the council will see a way forward? Oh no, we don't have enough money to hire a wizard. That's tragic. C, quarantine the disease and order the healthy to leave them behind. 60% authority chance. D, do nothing to stop the spread of the disease. Increase defiance, decrease military. I mean, I can force this vote with a veto. I'm sad we don't have enough money to pay for a wizard to cure everyone, because the wizards have been exceptionally great. I guess we're just gonna do this just to do it. I'm gonna stop the count so the timer is set to 15 seconds and the vote will automatically close once the timer is over. Oh, the voting is open. It's C, quarantine the disease and order the healthy to leave them behind, or do nothing to stop the spread of sickness. Yeah, this one's almost too real. Oof, 15 seconds is brief. You order the diseased soldiers quarantined at a separate camp. The rest are marched off to a safe distance. Hey, and that worked! Dozens of soldiers lie about their symptoms to save their own skins, but fortunately, your officers root them out. They're sent back to quarantine. Very few soldiers in the quarantine camp survive, but the sickness stops spreading among your healthy troops. Sometimes, sacrifices must be made. Grim. Alright, and that's the end of that season. Ah, if the king wins the game, the heir will succeed him. Grimwald II! My baby! We're close to getting that victory points through. Let's do a ground-shaking discovery. That seems fun. The chiefs are digging tunnels under our wall, your majesty. By Zenya's ashes. Count Rexor EXE says, northern troops could boil up from the underground anywhere in the city, even under your very throne room. I've placed bronze bowls of water inside the city walls. Judging by the size of the rickles, we've worked out where the tremors are coming from. That's cool. Is that a thing from history? That's neat. It's a rough measure for certain, but we must act now. What will the council have me do? Alright, it's another vote. A, flood the tunnels with water diverted from the Treadwater River. B, dig counter tunnels and send troops to fight them off. Or C, smoke them out. Ooh. My instinct is flooding the tunnels would probably be the best thing. The counter tunnels is funny, but it's only a 35% chance. Oh, y'all are making me nervous with how much you like B. Flooded tunnels might collapse the area above it. I think digging more tunnels will potentially collapse it. I'm wondering if I shouldn't veto digging counter tunnels. I'm gonna veto. I think I'm gonna veto B. B is really funny, but I think it would be really bad. Yeah, I guess the tunnels are also a bad option. It is funny, though. B is funny, and that's true that it is funny. Ooh, this is hard. Once again, struggling between the good choice and the funny choice. Yeah, the odds are really what gets me. I do think it would just end poorly for us, so I'm gonna veto it. It's terrible. All right, the options are A, flood the tunnels, or C, smoke them out. I bet this is going to be a really close vote. Oh, it's not. People want to smoke them out. Well, that's really funny. That's really good. All right, y'all voted 420 Blaze It. Let's see what happens. After days of exploratory digging, your tunnelers meet up with the northern tunnels. Your marshal immediately sets up a large set of bellows and several tons of burning feathers, pumping the tunnels with acrid smoke. The sound of enemy soldiers coughing is music to your ears. Once the tunnel is abandoned, you burn the wooden braces and collapse it safely. Success, but hardly a victory. None of their troops were killed, but you fended them off for the time being. On the other hand, wartime feather supplies run dangerously low. Really funny. Okay. The chiefs march through the crown lands, pillaging and burning. The roads are heaving with refugees, and corpses clog the rivers. Now the capital is surrounded. You stand on the ramparts of your palace, staring out in dismay at the enemy camps stretching for miles outside the castle walls. Get down from there, your majesty. If they get lucky with the crossbow bolt. Is there any hope, Marshal? Only one. The patrician and counts are still out there, your majesty. Their combined army smashed the rebels in the last battle, and they can smash them again. I hope they get here in time. The ninth god will decide our fate. Actually, I don't want to choose that. Faith is really bad at the moment. You're right. There's still hope. As you finish your sentence, an immense trebuchet hurls a 10-ton boulder towards the capital. It crashes into a nearby clock tower, smashing it into smithereens. Like I said, your majesty, you'd better get inside. The capital starves. Your majesty, given the sad state of the kingdom's farms, we couldn't stockpile enough food before the siege. Now everyone is starving. Is there anything I can do? Empty bellies make empty heads, your majesty. The peasants may rise up in mad revolt if they starve for much longer. Right now, that would be disastrous. We need to find a way to feed the people, or at least to prevent them from rising up against you. Our options are A, stage a risky attack on the rebels to steal food supplies. Interesting, 30% chance there. B, in solidarity, the king shall eat as little as the peasants. Well, that doesn't seem viable. C, let them eat cake, lower stability. Or D, let them eat horses, decrease military, increase defiance. Really funny options. I'm gonna royal gamble. God, these are really tricky. I'm gonna royal gamble on stability because that's the funniest, so that's what I'm gonna guess you will eat. By what I think you'll eat is what I think you'll choose. It's a 30% chance on stage a risky attack on the rebels, which is A. B is in solidarity, the king shall eat as little as the peasants. C, let them eat cake. Or D, let them eat horses. Why B? Oh, it's a shame the treasury's gonna take a hit for that. Alright. Yeah, I'll eat as little as the peasants. Oh, your majesty, this is a noble thing you're doing. For a king to subsist on a few breadcrumbs a day. How chivalrous. They think it's funny to starve a king? Okay, now that's fair. Oh no, but now my authority is going up. You fools. You fools, you're helping the authority. You forgot that we're all anti-authority. Matsaloo, you're just helping. Increase authority. The counts are gonna take it a third time. You fucking rubes. All of you, chat. Ugh, well, this siege better be over quick. Everyone exclaims over your self-sacrifice. For at least half an hour, you bask in the admiration. After an hour, though, your stomach starts to grumble. After a day, it's screaming at you for food. After a week, you disembowel the archbishop for half a foot long. Yep, and now everybody's defiant? Great. The next day, the chiefs hold a feast in clear view outside the city, offering you a mocking toast before they dig in. The smell of roast meat wafts like an invisible arrow volley over the walls. Deep in the eastern mountains, a night owl screeches as two counts plot in their hidden castle. Most pleasing, the king is drunk with power. We're so close, but I was thinking, should we really show the king the true secret of our groups? Yeah, congrats on assuring another count win. I thought that was the point, immortality and all that. Yes, but those secrets are meant to be, well, kept secret. What if we pull the wool over his eyes? All right, this is counts, the purple team. A, plan a false immortality ritual for the king that will kill him. Goal, lower own defiance. Good luck. Or B, induce the king into a real secret society of immortal blood drinkers. Goal, raise own farming. Your farming's really high, so that's just the obvious choice. I do think Sunday will move on to something else, but we will definitely circle back to this game in the future, and we'll start a new dynasty when we do that. Yep, raise own farming. Very well, we must prepare for the ritual. Yes, I'll begin appeasing the spirits of the soil, but first we must enrich our lands. By the blood of the dead, it won't be long now. Alright, you have to raise your farming to at least 10. That actually is very difficult. So they haven't one left yet, so that's good. Alright, the auction, it's auction time. A, the cathedral to increase faith. B, the monument to increase authority. C, the aqueduct to increase farming, which is what they're going to go for. D, the library to increase stability. E, the deer park to decrease farming, which is probably what you all want to vote for. Or F, the Grand Bazaar to increase trade. All right, good luck starting the auction. I'm going to go get a snack because guess who is also starving? Me. Count to really run away with the aqueduct funding. The Grand Bazaar and the Deer Park are gaining. If enough people commit to one of those, they might be able to overtake it. Oh, no, actually, there's no chance. Wow, a lot of chiefs just not committing any wealth to that. Yep, aqueduct and the Grand Bazaar. The siege grinds on. Another dawn breaks. The great army of the north sprawls outside your city walls. For the last 3 weeks, they have tried to fight their way in. The siege drags on, and food supplies are dwindling. The streets outside your palace explode in daily riots as the citizens demand to be fed. As evening draws in, horns blast outside the city walls. The chiefs are mounting a final attack. Oh, end season. Alright. I mean, the Chiefs have won for a third time. I need money. I'm sorry. Everybody's getting taxed. Fuck all y'all. Oh. It's a bright morning, and the troops camped outside the capital are quiet for now. You're having a quick breakfast when a letter arrives from Count Sexalia de Rollo's agents, inviting you to her keep. Encoded in the letter, you recognize a symbol of the Count's secret society, along with a hidden message. Your heart quickens. In exchange for the control of the throne, you should live forever. This is it. It's time for your eternity to begin. I didn't expect it to be so soon. You slip through a warren of secret tunnels beneath the capital to the edge of the city. A fast horse awaits, best not to be seen on your way, by your enemies or your citizens. It's nightfall when you arrive, and Countess Sexalia de Rollo hurries you inside, down cold stone steps into the cellar. You blink in the darkness. I hope you have refreshments. I've been starving for a while. Her teeth glimmer in the dark. I'm sure we can arrange something, Your Grace, but soon you'll be beyond all that. You follow her into a wide chamber lit with a dozen candles. A circle of sigils is daubed on the floor with something thick and dark. Looking at the shape sends shivers down the back of your neck. There's a strange quality to the stone as you walk. With each step, it feels as though your foot is sinking. Yet when you look down, the floor is as solid as ever. Robed figures surround the circle. Their faces are hidden, but as they chant, their voices echo as though the chamber is much larger than it appears. Welcome, welcome. The spirits are with us tonight, Countess Clerica Berica says. We are to ascend the throne in exchange for providing your illustrious king eternal life. Yep, let's do it. It will be glorious, your majesty. Cleric Aberica helps you in the middle of the circle. The hair on your arms prickles unpleasantly. The chanting rises. As the count passes a gold chalice around the circle, each one takes a sip. Countess Cleric Aberica hands it to you solemnly. The chalice is filled with blood. Well, I don't usually drink blood, but alright. You hold the chalice to your lips and drink. It's warm, metallic, and has an odd smoky aftertaste. Not the most pleasant thing you've drunk, but not the least either. As you stand there in the circle, your arms tingle, your head swims, and you stagger. Stand firm, your grace. Immortality, eternity, blood! The air in the chamber thickens, and a red swirling mist rises from the stones. Chanting fills your ears and heat steams through your veins. Something dark that you can't quite see closes down upon you from the ceiling, settling on your shoulders before fading somehow into you. The crown, the throne, it feels so distant now, mediocre, small. Sasa of the East is welcome to it. Your reign is over, but your immortal life has only just begun. Yay, it's over! For immortality, King Grimwald was happy to give up the throne. He retreated to a dark sanctum in the east, joining the elder counts in hiding from the Inquisitors and the sun. The patricians failed to turn the kingdom's debts against it, and the moment had passed. Ever practical, they set about collecting interest and hoarding wealth, waiting for the time to scheme once more. The chiefs, led by Tarsier Audacity, launched a rebellion that accomplished nothing besides distracting the king while cunning schemers took the throne. Before abdicating, King Grimwald made it very clear that Sasa was the legitimate heir. The other nobles could never work out how the counts had pulled it off. Meanwhile, in the east, a secret society was expanding by one member. Yep, the counts won again. Good job, the counts! The counts absolute sweet. Hey, the longest kingship so far, 3 years, 9 months. Brutus J was the wealthiest noble at the end. Toby Winter, the poorest. Okay. And there's, I guess, Queen Sasa. Okay. Well, like I said, we will play more of this on stream later after whatever the new patches gets released. I think I would have won if y'all hadn't made me sacrifice my meals. Yeah, Kaylee the Count's won again. Y'all thought it was so funny to make a king starve, and look what you've done. You've fallen for the Count's trap once again. Yeah, I might have won if not for the rebellion. Anyway, so we're definitely gonna play this game again, but it won't be Sunday. It'll be after whenever the patch comes out, to sort of see if they've fixed some of the issues with this, because I'll tell you right now, it feels impossible for me to actually win, which is a little frustrating, but the game is still really fun, so I don't mind so much. Anyway, if you don't follow now, and then you'll get a notification for when we actually do go live with this game again. And I think on Sunday, I've got a lot of game demos downloaded, so we might do demo rally. I've never seen anyone win this game. You mean like any kings, any of the royalty? The game is not well set up, I think, for this scale, because it's really hard. Y'all are too organized. This is what I get for being so pro-union. Yeah, unbalanced for chaos. No regrets. No regrets. Yeah, we'll come back to this game in a couple of weeks when they release the patch, and we'll just have to see what changes in that, if anything has happened. But in the meantime, I love it. I think it's a great game. And we'll be back on Sunday doing some demo relay. I've got like 8 demos downloaded, and certainly some of them will be fun. Maybe we'll see. Okay, it's late. I'll see y'all later. Bye.